Good morning, good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Cease the game. How you doing, Caitlin? What's going on? Um, let's see if I can turn my phone sideways today. Oh, yeah, the chat's back. Let's go. All right, we're gonna work in landscape today. Good morning, everybody. Dominic here, hanging out. Homesick from school? Oh no, that's a bummer. Hopefully it's not too bad and uncomfortable. And you can enjoy a little bit of being homesick. You're a teacher, right? So that's, yeah, that's no fun. Sorry about that. But yeah, we're here. This is the Daily Dads. We are talking about love. It's the month of love. Yeah, so my husband is my sub. Oh, that's very nice. I didn't know your husband was a teacher too, but that's awesome. Oh, great. What's going on? What's going on? I heard.
What's happening?
Is that Ryan? What's up,
Good
Ryan?
morning. What's going on?
Phone's lagging a little bit. There you go. How you doing, buddy?
Well, that's okay. Hey, lagging or not, just happy to see you, you know?
You too, buddy. Feeling better?
I am. Thank you so much. I almost forgot about it. I woke up yesterday. I was like, I think I'm going to be better today. And then just like took me out. So
Oh, no.
It was like the sickness is gone and the headache was there. And the headache was just like overwhelming. And I'm not like a headache guy. Like I don't really get headaches a lot. And then it's that moment where like I was sick, so I wasn't drinking coffee. I wasn't taking one of my medications too, which is a stimulant. But like I wasn't having any of that. And so I wasn't sure whether it was the headache because I was sick or the headache from like caffeine withdrawal. And I was like, I don't know what to do right now. So I had to
it's like a sick hangover.
Oh, totally. And I felt so bad. But no, definitely feeling good right now. Able to have some energy to get some work done yesterday.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, we did a little stream last night with my bro. So
I know, I heard about it. He teased it on the morning show, and then like I was curious if this was just like a private conversation or if you guys were gonna record and be live and invite people, and then I just completely missed it because I don't have notifications on for anything because I try to get myself to not be distracted. In fact, I went in and had to turn some notifications off because every time you re-download an app, it's like, you want to put some notifications on? And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll hit the yes button. And then, yeah, so I had to go clean that mess up. But I listened to a good half of it before bed last night.
Oh, nice.
It was well done. I enjoyed it. I'll try to get the rest of it today.
Good. To me, I was a couple minutes before I was about to go on there. It reminded me of like Loveline, which we talked about for a good part of the beginning there. I loved Loveline. Loveline was awesome. It was like, I remember it was a, what are you looking for? My phone? Here. It was like a intro into adult life.
Yeah.
Sex life, relationships, all that kind of stuff. So it was definitely good. Did you remember Loveline?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So
as well.
I wasn't sure if it was like because I definitely knew it was going to be outside of like our area, but I wasn't sure if like the Dr. Drew thing, if it was like a syndicated everywhere across the country, and that was my thought. And eventually made it into a show, but it was good. So trying to bring all that discussion of relationships and everything over to its own space. It was definitely enjoyable. So thanks for checking it out.
Yeah, no problem at all. So you're feeling better. Everyone is better. Anyone else have it? Did your wife stay safe?
Only one that didn't get it yet, and hoping she doesn't, obviously. So that would be a good thing. But the two kids got it. I got it because I was home with the youngest on Friday. That's what was going on.
Yeah. It's like even when they're sick, like you know that you shouldn't touch them, cuddle them, but like they're so cute and helpless, when they're in that pain that you can't help yourself. And so you're just like accepting your fate that like you're just gonna have it, and it's gonna be so much worse because they're gonna bounce back and have all the energy of the world, and you're gonna be like, fuck. But it's an act of service we do for our children, even when they're contagious. Even when we're contagious, we still love them. We still bring them the glass of milk and cuddle them, and let them sneeze in our face on accident.
There was one of my kids, we like made meatballs one night, and just getting them to like eat. And I think being a dietitian, I'm so nervous, and I know other parents, dietitian or not, I'm always nervous about like pushing food too hard, right? So I'm like, okay, how do we feel? How do our bellies feel? I am at the point now where I'm like, all right, you're old enough. We're going to talk about what your body needs, why you're going to eat this, right? Putting some context behind it. But my daughter, I didn't realize it when she was sick the other day. This is probably earlier in the week. I don't know if this was the cause of it, but she took a bite and she put the meatball back on her plate. And I didn't know that. And I picked up the meatball, I put it in my mouth, and like as I'm chewing, I'm like, pretty sure my tongue just felt like where someone took a bite of this. And I was like, she was sick. Great. So I think I got inoculated via meatball, which is
oh man,
a crazy thing, but that's okay. Hey, you know what I want to do? I was sent this hat. Have you ever heard of Kings and Fifth?
No.
Or I'm gonna say it correctly. King and Fifth. King and Fifth. It's I was gonna open it up. I was gonna do like my own like little thing with it, because sometimes I'll get these things in the mail. They want you to like review some stuff, whatever. They're like, hey, you work out, let's send you a hat, because I think these hats are supposed to be like waterproof, sweatproof, whatever. And I chose one. I forget what hat I even chose. They're like, hey, let us know which one you want. But King and Fifth, they looked cool. Plus their marketing is pretty awesome. I just wanted to open it and see what it was like. Figured I would share it with you guys. And then I can go back to them and be like, hey, can you send all of us hats? Can we do that? Because I think that would be a great thing. So we got.
I was wondering why no hat Ryan jumped on this morning.
I know, that was it.
He had a hat in a box.
It was perfect. We got this all packaged up. I obviously chose black. That's what I chose. Nice. I'm a mesh hat guy. I like a mesh in the back. Oh wait, hold on. I think I chose green actually. I did. I chose forest green. That's what I chose. I remember now. I thought it was gonna be black. Let's see. Open this puppy up. See, I'm definitely a mesh guy. Let's make sure this fits well. Just a hat guy in general. Sometimes I think that like with my business, I should not wear hats. I should dress more professionally. But when I did as part of another private practice, I had like a uniform. It always just felt kind of stuffy. You know what I mean? Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Ooh, my head is not that small.
Isn't that funny? It always comes in.
All right. Now this
comes that way.
I think this is a hat company. All right, we got like a kind of a short rise over here. I like it. Can it go backwards? Can go backwards. Not bad. All right. King and Fifth. I like it. Not bad. Take it. Great. It's definitely such dark green. Anyway, thanks for appeasing this.
I can't tell if that's green at all.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's your lighting.
It is. I have a red light over here, which is gonna help.
I know.
I like it though.
Cracking up. I was cracking up yesterday on your stream with Jason, where it was like I felt like he was already starting to talk and introduce the segment, and you're just in the background, just like playing with your lighting for a good 5 minutes or so.
I was trying to set the mood a little bit over here. It's it's after dark. Actually, I think the fact that it was like an after dark thing was kind of fun. I was able to sit back. Plus, I know Jason really wanted to talk relationships, so it was nice to sit back for a second and be like, let's just see how this goes. It was a good time. I could see us doing it a little more often, but we have to have you join. We were totally cool. We would love people to kind of pop up, but
oh yeah. Next time, just text me. That's the only notification that's allowed on my phone is text messages.
Oh, that's a good point. I had to take off so many alerts because of the whole getting monetized thing. That was like part of getting it. I'm like, now that I'm monetized, I'm not even doing anything with it. I'm just like, I feel like I'm so over X right now.
Yeah.
It's just so politically charged, and I'm trying to like change the algorithm. So we'll see. All right, acts of service though. You did a great bridge, and I totally just dismantled it.
Sorry. You just wanted to get a hat on your head.
I didn't want to have to think about creating content, and I just wanted to make sure I could take a video, and now I can splice this video however I want to, and I can say, hey, look, you sent me a hat. I put it on. I introduced it. I do actually like it. It's, you know what it is? It's like not too tall, which is good, but I think it's supposed to be like waterproof. It's good for working out. It feels like it's waxed, which is really nice, actually. I like it. Hey, but King and Fifth, I think we got to get our boys over here, and also our couch. Get them some of these some hats over here. They're nice. Let's jump into a question though. Actually, you know what I really liked? I'm not a religious guy, by the way, but I really liked this. What was do you have the book open in front of you?
The quote. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was what passage? What do I say? Again, I'm not a religious guy, but I liked what it said. What is it? What is the?
Do you want me to read it? It was, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed. John 3:18.
Yeah. Look, actions greater than words. Letting our kids sneeze in our mouth, right? All these things we got to do. But we do. You know what I was thinking the other day? I was sick because my youngest kid was home with me. So much getting up and down. Like if someone was like, can you just like sum up parenthood in like one sentence? Be like, it's a lot more getting up and down than you think. Just you're getting up and down. Like you're not going to be able to rest. Just get ready for that. But that's
every time you sit, like every time.
Every single time. When was the last time? Go ahead.
I was going to say, there's really no point in sitting like most of the time, like just be on like like at best sit on a bar stool, at a counter or something like that. Cause like every time you get in the couch and you get like, you shift your body, you get all comfortable, or if it's cold, you put a blanket on. It's just like, Dad, Mom. And then like you look at your wife and she looks just as comfortable as you. And you're both like doing that game of chicken where it's like, who's going to get up first? And then like she gets up first and you're like, no, honey, I got this. And she's like, I'm already up. And you're like, checkmate. I'll get the next one.
The other thing I feel like, and this isn't, maybe it's an act of service. We can think of this. I swear, whenever I decide to go to the bathroom, I can like probably count to like 60 and for sure. And some people might be like 60 seconds in the bathroom is too long anyway. I don't know. I don't think so. But like I can count for sure that my kid will be coming and knocking on the door. Like, I got to go to the bathroom. I was thinking about this. I was like, is there like an alarm that goes off in their head? It'd be like, oh, your parents in the bathroom, go bother them. Just every single time. But then I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe they're on the same cycle of like needing to go to the bath. Like we're eating pretty much the same time. We're kind of moving around the same time. Maybe we're just like, maybe we're synced up, just kind of like women and their periods, right? Where that just kind of happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I liken it to like this weird connection thing where, you know, I just it's like any time they feel like you go, like they're like, wait, did you just relax? No. That's kind of the more of the cynic of me to just say that, like, just the moment we feel comfortable, or the
Yeah.
moment we go and do something for ourselves, you know, like we've done the whole, like, got the breakfast, got the food made, you know, they're dressed for school, whatever it is, and then we're like, okay, well, now we're gonna go put on our shoes. It's just like all of a sudden they're like they need something. I don't know what it is. It's just there's always something, but you know
There is
they
always,
keep you on your toes, they keep you moving.
I'm trying to think about, because I think that this isn't what defines, I think, a good parent or not a good parent. Obviously, I never even like thinking someone's a bad parent, unless it's like wildly uh, uh, ridiculous. But I'm thinking here, like, I thought it was a good question to kind of ask, like, when was the last time you asked your child, what do you need me to do? I'm going to tell you why I don't like this question. I'm going to tell you why I
Okay.
do like this question. I like this question, like asking your kid, what do you need me to do? I like this question, obviously, because, like, I think that, you know, making sure your kid knows that you're willing to help, I think is important, right? Like, I am here for you. Like, what do you need? I don't think. I don't like this question because I think that not a lot of kids know what they need, even what they want. They'll know they're hungry, but they don't know maybe what's available or what they really want, right? Um, Maybe they're afraid to ask because we've like turned down other snacks if that's the case. Or let's say that they're feeling a certain way, right? They don't know what the flu feels like or what sickness feels like. Well, what do you need me to do? Well, I don't know what to tell you to do. I don't know that I need medicine. I don't know that I need a hug. I don't know that I need all these things. So it's almost as if, like, it is a really hard job because you are asking your kid, what do you really need me to do? But we also have to be proactive enough to make sure that we aren't just leaving it completely up to them. Because I don't
Yeah.
think, and I'm also putting myself in the shoes of a child. I usually try and relate myself back to these things, but I didn't always know what to say that I really needed. I remember, you know, when I was younger, do you know what hyperhidrosis is? I think I have it right.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, Couch, anyone know what hyperhidrosis is? Just give you a second. I'm just gonna make sure, right? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, I think I have it right. So yeah, obviously, okay, got it. So hyperhidrosis it's basically, it's simple. It's just you sweat a lot, right? And specifically, you'll sweat a lot from like your
Hmm.
armpits. Were you a kid that
I was the opposite.
hormones and whatnot?
I never sweat.
You're a lucky guy.
Sorry.
I
Sorry,
oh,
bud.
no, no. But but I had this, you know, it was a where I would just sweat profusely. And then I remember this was probably like later in high school and then definitely in college. That's like where it came on like really strong. But it was just like sweating from your armpits. And like that's like you're so nervous and then it can make it worse. And then you didn't want to like lift your arm. I remember like being in classes and not like wanting to raise my arm
Hmm.
because it
Yep.
would be here. And it stopped me from participating, right? It stopped me from having more confidence. It stopped me from so many things. Why I'm saying this is because even as an older kid, I didn't know to ask for help. I didn't even know what the words to use. I didn't know this was a problem that I should bring up. Was I embarrassed? Was I unsure? Whatever was really
Yeah.
going on, right? Why did I not know to ask for help? Why did I not know or feel that I could just bring this up, right? Hey, I have a problem. I don't know, right? I didn't seem to feel like I had that outlet enough because I don't know why. I just didn't, right? And so
Hmm.
I researched it myself, as I think we should. We should be our best advocate. You know, I diagnosed it myself. And then I found the right things, right, that I needed to kind of use to manage it. And then you eventually kind of grow out of it. But there's this, what's it called? It's called Maxim, Maxim, hyperhidrosis
Mm-hmm.
Maxim. Maxim was an antiperspirant. It was a very strong antiperspirant. It was just basically made of aluminum. And if you don't know, like aluminum, I think is what
Rub a
is
little
usually in these
aluminum.
antiperspirants, and it gets into your pores and it clogs them, and then that is what stops you from showing sweat. So you put it on your hands, your feet, all that kind of stuff. And so I got this Maxim, and I was like, this is it. I figured it out myself after like really like stewing over all this and feeling embarrassed. And I remember I put it on the first night. I could not sleep. My armpits were on fire. These like it like clogs the hell out of like all your pores and everything. And like I was like, but you honestly felt like you were on fire. It was like itching on fire. And then but I woke up the next day and like no sweating. It was like completely done. It does kind of push sweat out of other areas of your body though. Anyway, my point is that as a kid, I did not know what to ask, how to ask, who to ask, and all those things. I think my question kind of is like, well, why didn't I feel comfortable bringing it up? But I didn't. And I don't think that young kids know how to ask some of those things. So as a parent, I think we have to be like that proactive. Like, hey, what is going on? Anything with your health, anything that you're not sure what to ask about, anything that is going on with your body or even your mind, and you're just not sure if it's right or wrong or, but I think keeping that up kind of like, without prying too much. Anyway.
It's a hard little line to balance with the kids, to like know, because you're gonna mostly get the like I'm fine or nothing or like I don't know is gonna be a popular response, and just like you said, trying to find a way to like ask more questions and pry without like feeling like you're prying in like the negative sense of prying, because like prying doesn't have to be negative, like just curious, just like we're talking about, well, I want to be of service to you, I want to make sure that you have this friend who was super sweaty for 18 years and like he didn't know who to ask, like it's just like kind of stuff like that, like you never know, like everything just kind of seems like everything just becomes normal when you're a kid, like whatever it is that you're dealing with. And until you meet someone, like I think it's probably until you have like a really deep like best friend that you like share everything with, or until you like are in a really deep committed relationship where you see like the behind the scenes of a person, that you go, oh wait, everybody doesn't do this, like there's a different way to do this, because you're just not, the parent child relationship is it's deep, but there's just certain things that are still private, so I think that's probably when I started figuring things out too, and questioning things and going, oh wait, like people don't do, I mean, I can't think of any right now off the top of my head, but people don't do it this way, or people don't do it that way, like I don't know. I think we've talked with Blaze about like showering every day versus like showering not every day, like we know your thoughts on bidets versus toilet paper.
Why don't we all have bidets, guys? I don't understand. Why are you all walking around with dry poop? It doesn't make sense to me. Guys, you can get the little thing. It's called a tushy. They're great. Ugh, my goodness.
Oh man. When do David, your kids see you in an act of service? Yeah. I mean, like we talked about, like almost all the time when they need something or when they ask for it. For me, it's I try to when I'm home bring my wife her coffee or her caffeinated protein shake in the morning to get her wake up juice in her.
Oh man, thank you so much for saying that. I didn't even think about your kids seeing the acts of service for like you. Thank you.
Yeah,
great point.
Seeing it for the wife, yeah, that's definitely a thing. When she's laying down the kid, because she's in charge of that right now, because Bentley really just wants mom. So when she's laying him down, I just told her, I'm like, look, I'm downstairs, but like if he needs anything, just text me and like I'll bring it up. Like I don't have, I don't. You're laying down, you're in a dark room, you're trying to quiet him down, just so like I'll get texts in that last hour of the evening of like, can you bring up some water, or he wants this, or he wants that, or and then what's great is he's also been asking for a hug from dad, so that's been a fun one to receive too.
Mm.
Um, but yeah,
my feeling on this, David, and just anyone listening, the acts of service that I know that I feel most connected with as a kid, and I'm going to say this, and it's nothing, I'm not trying to say anything negative about my upbringing or my parents as much, but I learned to do things, cook for myself, do my own laundry, clean up probably more than I need to as a kid. Prepare myself, there's a couple things here that I definitely know that I did not. I always say this too. And again, mom, dad, I love you. But I always say, or I often say, I always felt loved, but I didn't always feel taken care of. And I always said that can be just because I think that we had a lot going on. I think that we had 3 boys, me being the middle one. It was always, sports here and there, running back and forth, 2 jobs. I know my mom was always trying to figure out, like, she was just she was a doer. She was always trying to figure out her next thing, her passion, all that kind of stuff too. I'm not here. I don't want to defend that so much, but it's just the idea of like those small things. And now I see myself food shopping, making sure I'm getting their laundry done, folding laundry, putting it out, making sure they have their lunch ready for school. All the things that I didn't get as much when I was a kid. That's the kind of stuff that I'm doing now that makes me feel that's where I'm stepping in, mostly to make sure that I'm giving that act of service. So that's where I like to do that. But it's also like my love language. We were talking about this last night. And that's how I do want to show love. I want to continually show love. But that's where it shows up. Not to rush past this too much, but David, I did want to ask this question because I think that for some of our older dads, I wanted to understand, I think it's, we think of these small things, that we can definitely do. And some of the large things too, we ask questions, helping our kids. They might not know the words, all this kind of stuff too. David, we talked about it last night. David, you actually, next time we have a relationship talk, we should definitely have you up. Well, we did it last night at 9, so we'll see if we can do it again. But I am curious from the older dads, and K-Save was on last night for us the whole time, which was pretty awesome. And he was in there as well. Fialo, I know you were in there too, so thanks for showing up. But how are you showing up for your kids when they do become adults or they're older? I mean, even you, like Dom, you have a kid that's going to be going to college soon.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're almost over time, but I thought this was a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to see how it goes. I like the idea of like thinking about like my wife's parents, how they show up for us, or like I've seen Craig do it too, but like being supportive with the grandchildren and being invested in that time of like spending time with them, and especially in a way that allows the parents to have a break. So I appreciate that so much when my wife's parents do it, and when my parents have done it too. And then I know that I've seen Craig do it, I've seen Robbie do it, and it's just it gives you that one-on-one like time with a kid, like for grandparents. So I see it as valuable for them. I think that I've seen Craig and especially Robbie lately, you know, express how great it was to spend that time with them. And then I know as a parent of a child, like when the grandparents take the kids, even if it's for like an hour, like that's the date night, right? Like that's what you and I were talking about. And that's what I know you and Jason were talking a little bit about last night before I tuned out and went to bed. But that's how you get that date night in with your spouse, and bring that attention back to her or him, and keep that relationship, keep that going.
Mm-hmm.
So
mm-hmm.
yeah,
I love that. I wasn't even thinking about but yeah, you're right. I feel like it doesn't. You as a parent, I would hope that it doesn't stop. I don't even know what to say with this, but I am with you on that about, showing up when they need you, when they become parents. I was thinking a little bit, there was a family that I was close with, and I saw how this mom and dad showed up for their kids all the time. And I loved it. They visited college, small wins in their life. They came down I went to school in Myrtle Beach. And so I think it was kind of a nice place for them to also visit. Well, I don't know. Myrtle Beach isn't that nice. North Myrtle Beach is nice. Myrtle Beach is not. That's kind of, it really is trashy. But anyway, if you're from Myrtle Beach, you would agree. It's okay. There's nice parts. There's not nice parts. But they would visit, they would come down, they would treat their kid and like me to like dinners. And, we would go eat, we would have an experience. We'd talk through certain things. We'd see kind of like what college can lead to in terms of having money, being able to go out to restaurants, travel, all that kind of stuff too, seeing them and their relationship. I always really appreciated that. And I felt a really great sense of comfort. Like they almost became my parents during that time. Just, the feeling of it. And it was a really great thing to have and see. It was just a very comforting thing. So I know that I would want to step in and make sure that I'm going to really do the same thing when my kids are away, whether it's at college or not. Man, so many different life stages. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I would love to hear that take, right? David said did you want to put it up? So Dad, you are always a mentor. Yeah, no, I'm sleeping with one eye open right now anyway, because my kid keeps bothering me at night. My goodness. Both eyes are open more than not. This is crazy. I don't even sleep in my bed anymore. I feel like it's okay. Anyway, I know we took us a little bit over there.
No, all good, man.
Any last words though?
I don't know. Just show your kids some acts of service, show them some love. Like don't think of it as an annoying request that their annoying 15th request of the night. Just think of it as like I do really like and appreciate the love language book. For like the baseline of it is like I'm doing these things to show you that I love you. But like I don't need you to see it that way. Like I don't believe you're going to see it that way. But it's just, this is my way of, putting into the relationship through acts of service. And that's like the big, like probably the hardest one for most people is to like say, okay, I'm doing the laundry for my kids and wife so that they don't have to do it. As an act of service, as a way of showing love, when it's like other people are just like, no, it's a chore. Someone's got to do it. Your kids aren't capable of doing it because they're young, and your wife has already done it the previous 4 days of the week, so now it's your turn.
I actually really enjoy housework. Like I actually really enjoy doing laundry and the dishes and cleaning up, all that kind of stuff too. But I probably would not enjoy it as much if I was just doing it to do it. I really do like doing it to have a calm, comforting environment for my family as much as possible. I'm not perfect with it, but it is something I really do enjoy doing. Just my last thought as you were talking made me think that, Tom Hanks was in this whole talk today too. But I think the idea that he's making me think of is that I think that the act of service is more about asking the right questions, and the same question is not going to really hit right for your partner or any of your kids, right? So we have to really think about, and that's the proactive side, making sure the question we ask is right to make sure that we can then act on that and then serve them as best as we really can, right? I think just showing up the ways that they really need and making sure that we're not showing up in just the ways that feel easiest for us. And I think that I never want to feel complacent in my parenting. I always want to feel a little bit challenged, or that I do need to kind of dig deeper. So I'm hoping I can always do that as much as I really can. Anyway, good talk. I like this one. This was a good one.
Yeah. Always a good one, man. Yeah,
hey, King and Fifth, thank you so much. Great hat. We got to get these more for the boys, for all the dads, and our couch also. Do it soon. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Thanks so much for checking in. Have a great day.
See you guys.